scared?
Of what?
You just sat straight up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing American-made from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ivy Nile.
Makes sense now.
Well, the pit bull is certainly out, Vic, and we talk about Tatum Paxley with a huge opportunity coming up on Halloween Havoc. A superstar who certainly knows Tatum very well, a former partner, as the pit bull looks to stand on business here, gaining her 4th victory on main event this year.
This is also an opportunity for the Creed brothers to look on at Ivy Nile and maybe figure some things out. Maybe this trio can start to turn some heads, turn the corners as we come into the end of 2025 and we start to look forward to the new year.
As Survivor Series is presented by Riyadh Season, the ultimate entertainment festival with live shows, sports, food, fashion, and theme parks. October through March, perfect for all ages. And by Xfinity, the most intelligent Wi-Fi made for streaming WWE. Xfinity, imagine that. Ivy's certainly looking to set a big example here tonight.
Well, you talked about Tatum Paxley. Here's someone who knows Tatum Paxley so very well, her BFF, so to speak.
And her opponent, from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
And listen to this response right here for the first woman to ever hold the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Certainly looking to kickstart a major day, and as Vic, you talked about it, her best friend in NXT.
It's kind of would be poetic, right? Lyra Valkyria won the NXT Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc.
Indeed.
It would be so great, and these are her words, not mine, to see my best friend, Tatum Paxley, follow in the footsteps and finally crown herself champion. A lot easier said than done, because Tatum Paxley is going up against Jacy Jayne for that women's title at Halloween Havoc.
And of course, backed by Fatal Influence. Tatum Paxley backed by the Culling. Something we'll certainly have to give in that one.
And Lyra will be there in spirit.
It will certainly be there in spirit. You have to imagine, Vic, again, just so ecstatic for her friend Tatum Paxley and this huge opportunity tonight to finally get over that hump and win some championship gold.
You know, it might be good for Lyra as well, because it's putting those good feelings out in the atmosphere, out into the universe, so to speak. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of Lyra Valkyria comes out here tonight as we see a young member of the WWE Universe getting ready for Halloween as well.
Everyone looking to collect a feather here for Lyra tonight, and except for that superstar is the Pitbull looking to reverse course. And of course, Vic, you talked about the Creed brothers. We saw Ivy recently ringside with the Creeds, but you almost have to wonder, does she need to focus more on her own success?
That's a good question. It's also a loaded question as well, because all three came in at the same time in NXT, created a great bond, but I go back to things that Booker T tells me on Tuesday. This is a selfish business. So a part of your statement is correct. Maybe Ivy does need to do that, because she has shown the ability to rise to the occasion. She hasn't been able to step through the door yet, but I do think she's on the cusp of doing so. And now cover.
Pinning combination as Lyra tries to end this one very quickly, of course.
And a victory over Lyra Valkyria would be a huge step in the right direction for Ivy now.
Indeed, as Ivy's defeated Natalya Maxine a couple of times here on main event, and she's really looking to break through that next level. A win over the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion would certainly do that.
And my heart breaks for Maxine Dupri, because we talk about the submission.
Ivy looking to flatten that arm here very quickly. Nice counter.
Nice.
As these two looking to exchange some pinfalls right out of the gate. Ivy into the cover yet again, and
as
again,
I was
only
saying,
one.
My heart breaks for Maxine Dupri, who was so close to that Women's Intercontinental Championship this past Monday on Raw, but it was a shortcut taken by Becky Lynch. I think that just shows you that Becky may be a little bit scared of Maxine Dupri.
That's certainly a whole other story for another day, and of course, Becky Lynch is the superstar that Lyra Valkyria did defeat for the NXT Women's Championship a couple years ago at Halloween Havoc, as Ivy Nile looking to show off that power and strength and fit. We know she's right at the top of the women's division.
She certainly is, and look, can't have a setback tonight. That's why every match so important here on main event. And Lyra Valkyria now with that big hip toss, and you saw Ivy go right into the corner. I wonder if that might have jolted that lower back, maybe the hip of Ivy now, because Lyra trying to stay in control.
As Lyra lands on her feet, sweeps the leg, and Lyra, combination offense remaining in control right here. Of course, we talk about that friendship with Tatum Paxley. Maybe a little bit of jealousy there from the Cullings' Izzy Dame as well.
I don't disagree with you there, but look, I'm going to save that for Halloween Havoc.
Oh! As Lyra Looking to dial it up. Nice scouting here by Ivy Nile, going right to work on that arm, which we've already seen. Trying to take out Lyra with a submission.
And for Ivy, this is that killer instinct that she has developed over the last several months. When she first came in, I don't want to say it was happy to be here, but a big kick right to the elbow.
Back here on Main Event, Halloween Havoc Saturday, as Ivy Nile taking it right to Lyra Valkyria right here. I've been really all throughout the break.
I've been really impressed with Ivy Nile. I mean, this is a different side of her. She has been ferocious, she has been vicious, and she has found a body part. She's exploited that body part, and now she is systematically dissecting Lyra Valkyria, and this certainly would be a statement win for the Pitbull.
Left arm and shoulder been the target right here from Ivy Nile, as Lyra trying to fight back with one arm essentially right here.
And it's smart of Ivy, because how can she hit that Nightwing if she can't lift Ivy up?
Very true there, as Ivy now putting on the brakes, using that power to her advantage yet again, and going right back to that shoulder, Vic.
And not only that, also we know how Ivy likes to use that arm breaker. She tried to get it really early in this matchup, so she is softening up right now. Lyra Valkyria, which goes back to the education from Chad Gable, how to see a weakness and exploit it, and that is what Ivy Nile is doing now.
As we're approaching 2 years since Ivy Nile's been on the Monday Night Raw roster, been in Royal Rumbles, various qualifying opportunities. Vic, these tastes have certainly motivated Ivy over the last couple of years.
I think it motivates anybody that's coming from NXT. I mean, that is what NXT is all about. It's about becoming the future. She's trying to show that every single match she's had, every single opportunity has been building for a moment, and we could be seeing that next step in that moment for Ivy Nile right here, right now.
As we certainly know, a huge opportunity on the horizon. Up next, we see who will become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who's going to take on CM Punk at Saturday night's Main Event?
Monday night was absolute chaos. I feel bad for the general manager, Adam Pearce, but he did what needed to be done. He said all the right things. He moved forward, and we're going to relive what took place this past Monday in an over-the-top rope battle royal.
The landscape will certainly change again, and of course, even better, Vic, CM Punk joining Joe Tess and Wade in the booth.
Punk's the best in the world at everything.
Indeed he is. Certainly been here on Main Event before as well. As Lyra right now maybe looking for that Nightwing. As Ivy.
The arm. Look at Ivy. She stretched that arm right back
zeroing in. And Ivy going right back to the attack. Hammerlock now. And looking almost for that submission.
Oh, she has that arm perfectly bent. Lyra doing her best right now to not let that left elbow bend, and now trying to overcome.
That Fujiwara-style armbar as Ivy just locking in. How long can Lyra stay on her feet?
I don't know if she's trying to maybe lock in a Kimura, what she's trying to lock in exactly, but she's doing her best to counter, and Lyra doing her best to overpower.
Doesn't have full strength in that left arm, but it's enough to get her up and over.
And she's feeding off the energy right now of the WWE Universe.
Channeling the spirit of the Morgan right here is Lyra Valkyria. Trying to welcome in the punishment as Lyra. You see her holding that left arm in. She's doing work right now. That combination offense yet again. Starting to cook right here for Lyra.
Step up in Seguri, proving I don't need my arms when I got these feet.
Lyra certainly established a lot, becoming the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Looking to continue that legacy right here. As Lyra takes the offense to the outside now. Starting to roll, might be looking for Nightwing very soon.
And also be trying to block out some pain right now. And again, motivation for Lyra Valkyria. Adrenaline will make anyone do crazy things, and she's able to block out the pain.
As Lyra might be looking to fly, but Ivy yet again very resourceful, rolling the apron. As Valkyria shifts her sights now to Ivy Nile on the outside. And Ivy again, targeting that shoulder. Great job here by the Pitbull. And now Ivy, from the apron, might be looking for that Dragon Sleeper, but flips over.
Wow.
Bit of a chin checker right there.
This could be an upset.
Hooks the leg. And the Pitbull right on the cusp yet again.
Seeing new strokes of genius from Ivy Nile in this matchup, diving deep into the playbook, so to speak. Target acquired from the Pitbull.
Ivy from one corner to the other. Goes for the big boot. Nice job by Lyra, evade it. Oh!
What the heck was that?
Might have been going for a pity combination there, Vic, but just drops Nile, but that might have benefited Lyra. Right into position here. Nightwing! Oh! Reversal! Ivy! Pity combination back the other way. 2. What an exchange here, Vic.
Back and forth. Big spinning heel kick to the jaw.
As Valkyria thought she had the door shut.
And again, I just go back to the strength in the arm right now.
And she might be trying to gain some strength here. All throughout this process, Lyra rolls through. Oh! Right in a fireman scary position. Look at the strike there, Vic.
Excuse me.
Taking a page out of Niles' playbook. Nightwing and added a feather to Lyra's collection.